Okay, so today I am starting a brand new series on my blog, the Fresh Toolkit, basically. And what this is going to cover is different tools that I come across, different design tools, different resources that I find beneficial as a designer and that I think will be perfect for you as a fellow web designer, a fellow creative, just different things I think will be useful for you to have in your arsenal. So today I want to kick the series off with the Visual Inspector tool, and it is by CanvasFlip. So I'm currently on their website, and as you can see, it's like any other website, right? You're scrolling through, and it's a simple website. As you can see, it's just informative, tells you what this product is, and essentially it's a free Chrome extension that you could install. And what it allows you to do is fix design bugs. You're able to annotate and share information. You are able to collaborate and resolve issues quickly. And as well, the entire idea is just that you could inspect a few changes without actually committing them in your live design, right? So what I'm going to do is toggle on the extension right now so that you're able to have an idea of how this looks in use. So this is the icon. And as you can see, it says Visual Inspector by CanvasFlip. So I'm going to click it. And right away, something comes on up, and I'm just going to clear all these other changes that I had tested previously. So essentially, as you can see here, whenever I hover something, you see these little boxes and, these little guides that are saying, these are things that you could select. So for example, if I selected that, that tells me that this is the logo that I've selected. As you can see here, it says it's an image that's selected. It tells me exact dimensions. It tells me the image source, the position that it is on the screen. It shows me the opacity if there's a blend-in mode, and then there are all these little options here. If I click, I could add these different things to the actual logo. So let's say I scrolled and I wanted to, for example, make this text here a little bit bigger, right? So right now it's telling me that this particular font is from the font family Hind and that the size is currently 20 pixels. However, let's say I wanted to make that 24 pixels. So I'm going to say 24, and you can see right away the size and change. Maybe I could do something a little more dramatic so you really see the change. So 32 pixels, right? And you could see that change appeared, and right away as well, you see here in the CSS output, there's now a little red dot indicating to me that, hey, you made some changes. Here's some CSS output for you to now plug and play in your own, in your actual style sheet on your website to commit these changes. So if I click on that, you can see it gives me right away the exact CSS code that I need. It automatically pulled the correct class, and and if this was a let's say a what's the word I'm looking for? If this was, for example, some sort of div that had a specific attribute applied to it, it would automatically pull the different things from it. So let's say I clicked and I selected this whole section. As you could see, same thing, it shows me all of these different things, and this here I could add a comment. So if I wanted to comment something on this specifically and then shoot that over to people so they could see what it is that I'm saying, this is how they would figure that out. Let's say I wanted to change the color of this particular font. No problem. I'll just come here. I could see currently this is the existing color code. And I like that it gives RGBA as well as HSB and the hex code value down here. So if I change it out, and let's make, so that you could actually see it. So I changed it to some sort of a pink purple. And I say, okay, cool. That's what I want. Again, the CSS output icon starts to indicate, hey, you have a new change. Here it is. It gives it to me in the RGB. And, there are just tons of different things that you could do. What I also like about this plugin is that it actually pulls all the colors that are existing on the website. So for example, it says there are 35 colors currently found, and these are all of the colors. So it gives me all the codes, it tells me the percentage, right? So this is the RGBA value and this is the hex code value. So it's telling me this is 22%, this is all 100% when it's all solid, right? And as I scroll through, I could see that these different colors exist in some way or shape on this website. Now, if I move over, another little tab here that I love is the typography tab, and it tells me the different kind of fonts that were found on this site. So for example, as we saw earlier, this font here was using Hind. So when I toggle back over to the typography tab, it tells me, look, these three main fonts are what are in use. You have Hind, Lucidia Grand, and Intercom font. And then it tells me 76 typographies are found. And basically this is just saying these are the different variations of each typeface that is in use. And, you know, so whether that's a different font weight, a font style, meaning like italic, bold, whatever the case may be, it's showing me right away these are all the different variations, including even the color that's in use at the moment, right? And I like that it tells me the size, the alignment, the letter space in line height, and which particular font it is. And yeah, so this is really handy to just have a quick overview look at it. And then lastly, we have the assets tab here. And basically what this does is pull all the different images that are currently on this particular page. So I could see all of the images, all of them that are currently in use. And this is helpful because let's say I wanted to have an idea exactly what size image this is, or I really needed to pull this image to, you know, to test, to tweak something. I could simply come over here and find that image and then, you know, save it out, tweak it, and switch it out and all that stuff. So I really find that the Visual Inspector tool by CanvasFlip is really nifty. It's a really cool, handy tool to have. I like that it's super fast to use. I also love that it tells me the different sizing of the boxes. You know, for example, as you can see here, it's showing me the space in between the particular icon element and the actual bounding box, which is where all the red lines are. So it's telling me between the full width of the icon, right? The full container of the icon and the actual overall bounding box. There's 15 pixels on the right and left. And, you know, that stuff is useful when you're actually trying to design a pixel perfect website. You want to have a really good idea of spacing and values and just these different things. So I really appreciate that they had that as well in the plugin. So yeah, just wanted to share this one today for you in the Fresh Toolkit series. So if you've given the Visual Inspector a try, let me know, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it, you know, how you find it. And as well, if you've also played around with the collaborate feature, I haven't yet dived into playing with this, but the entire idea of the collaborate feature is to pretty much allow you to share, you know, share changes. So I remember I said I could leave a comment on something. So if I made a comment, I could share that out with, you know, other people, maybe a developer, maybe a fellow creative, whoever. I could share that out and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. You know, you could share, you could highlight the comments, you could discuss your changes remotely, all these different things. So I really think CanvasFlip here, they created a really awesome tool, and I think it's worth checking out. And it's also a free tool for you to just install and play around with in your Chrome-based browsers. So hey, have at it, and till next time, ciao!